Enjoy this great game.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Baby Baseball channel, and the Trevor Bauer saga continues as he tweeted out that today I have filed a defamation and torturous interference lawsuit against the San Diego woman who falsely accused me of sexual misconduct, and also named one of her attorneys for making knowingly false statements to the media. And Bauer goes on to tweet out that that lawsuit was filed in the U.S. District Court for the Central District of California. You can read the complaint here. And I actually read through this complaint. It's very lengthy. I'm not going to go through it like I did the previous complaint, but you're welcome to check out that tweet. Click on that link. And there's some interesting stuff in here. Certainly, it's pretty interesting. I'll say that. Doesn't mean that everything in here is true, but it is very interesting. And I would suggest if you're interested in this case, you've been following it, you might want to check this out. Like I said, very lengthy, some crazy stuff in here, very crazy stuff. But, basically boils down to Trevor Bauer saying that she was trying to get money out of him. We all know the deal. And that she was making a lot of this stuff up, that the pictures were kind of doctored or made to look a lot worse than they really were. And there are doctors who can verify that she didn't look that bad. That's what the complaint says, things like that. And just lots of interesting details here about her lawyer in this complaint. But, ultimately the fact of the matter is, whether he's successful in this complaint, in this argument or not, he has not been charged and is not going to be charged. 5 months now, which is hard to believe. It's been 5 months since the DA said they're not going to press charges, and MLB is still dragging their feet. MLB is still not making a decision on Trevor Bauer and saying whether they're going to suspend him or not. They don't know what to do. In my opinion, MLB would love to suspend him because they think that's the thing that's going to be the least controversial and that the media will love, because the media hates Bauer. So MLB would just love to suspend him and move on from suspend him for a year if it was up to them, and feel like, good, we did what we got to do, and it's not going to be an issue. But they know that Trevor Bauer is not going to take that very well. He's going to file a massive appeal, and he is going to fight that all the way, including possibly, more lawsuits. Trevor Bauer does not play. If nothing else, I think we can agree, he is not messing around. And there are lots of interesting points. I talked about the complaint against The Athletic, that they were, making up stuff and basically slandering him. And I couldn't totally disagree with everything he had to say, and I can't totally disagree with everything in this complaint when you look at it. But then again, I don't know all the details. I don't see her version of a complaint. I have not been able to read it because she's not out tweeting stuff and making it public. So, we don't really get the full version of both sides of the story because we never got a trial because he was never charged. So ultimately, in my opinion, all we have, from everything we have, it does look like, I think both of these people are a little bit off their rocker, to be honest. Maybe both are a little bit unstable, but certainly there is proof. She was out to get some money. She was looking forward to getting paid, and that's why she hooked up with him twice. Is he an idiot for hooking up with her and even doing some of the things that she asked and having violent sex with this woman who doesn't know very well? Of course he is. Absolutely moronic. I mean, just a dumbass move at a minimum. At a maximum, maybe he did some of the things she's claiming. Maybe he's a terrible person. Maybe he's a sick mother effer who deserves to be in prison. I don't know. I don't have all the details. All we know is what's been made public. All we can do is look at some of the details that we do have and look at the main point, that is, he was never charged. He was not charged. And I think that's all I really need to know if you're MLB, to say, okay, man, we're not gonna suspend you. You weren't charged, but that's not how MLB does it, and has not how they've done it in the past. They have suspended guys anyway, done their own little private investigation. Should they be doing investigations into things like that as a Major League Baseball, a baseball organization? I wouldn't think so, but that's how it is. That's how it is. And we'll have to wait and see what happens. But I just think they need to stop dragging their feet and make a decision, MLB. They really don't want to make a decision. They really don't want to make a decision. I think they shouldn't suspend him and just let the teams decide. Because ultimately a team has to sign him and send him out there. Even the Dodgers, even though they have him under contract, they could just release him. If they thought he was that terrible of a person, maybe they have to pay him, but they can release him. They can trade him. They can do something. They don't have to run him out there. Let the teams decide. You know what I'm saying? Let the teams decide. If he was not charged, and obviously if the DA couldn't find enough evidence to charge him. Why should MLB? Do you think MLB is that much better of investigators that they're going to find all this evidence and be able to suspend him? Or maybe understand it doesn't have to be beyond a reasonable doubt for MLB. They can just say you did something inappropriate and we're going to suspend you. But it's a slippery slope, but we'll have to see what happens. But I think, and I've said before, people get mad at me. I get it from both sides. I get Trevor Bauer lovers pissed at me, and I get people who hate Trevor Bauer pissed at me because I kind of take somewhat of a middle road. I'm not extreme on either side. But I will say, and I truly believe that MLB should just reinstate him and see what happens. Let the Dodgers, let it be the Dodgers' problem. It doesn't have to be your problem, MLB. Like, yeah, you'll get some people hate. You'll get some articles. MLB are cowards. They should have suspended him. There was no charges filed. There's no charges filed, and our investigators could not find enough evidence that Trevor Bauer assaulted this woman. Because there really isn't any evidence that he that definitely proved that he did that. The evidence mostly shows that it was consensual, and then all of a sudden there's these pictures, and then she's claiming all this stuff, and she's trying to get paid a whole bunch of money, and it just looks very suspicious. That's what the evidence that I've read seems to show. It looks very suspicious. But I will say Bauer's an idiot for even putting himself in that position, and I think he even agreed with that. Still, you can't suspend him for being an idiot and making bad decisions. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But I personally think MLB should just reinstate him. I know that's unpopular opinion maybe, but reinstate him and let the teams decide. Let it be the Dodgers' problem, or if the Dodgers trade him to another team, it'll be that team's problem, and they will deal with the brunt of the criticism, and that's up to them. Personally, if I was running a team, I would pass on Bauer. Not just because of this case, just because he's just unpredictable, loose cannon. I just don't want to deal with it. Pass on Bauer, especially because I don't even know if he's going to come and be the Cy Young Award winner from 2020. I don't even expect that at this point. So I would pass on Bauer if I was running a team. Still, let the teams decide. That would be my advice to MLB, but MLB ain't ever going to listen to me. So what do you guys think, though? Put it down below in the comment section. And what about this lawsuit here? What do you guys think about it? And check it out, though. Click the link. It's too long. I'm not going to read it here, but there's a lot of interesting stuff in there. Read that entire complaint. I would recommend it, but it's kind of rated R, so just be aware of that. There are some graphic stuff in there. But you guys have a fantastic day. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. We'll talk to you next time.